Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Lori. Good to see you as usual.
It's nice to be seen right now, isn't it? It's just nice to be seen.
Hey, we can't beat that. Can't beat that. All right. Well, let's get this thing going. I'll start off with this, guys. I have been trying to find the latest and greatest on ACA and Medicare, and it's kind of business as usual. What are we, 7 days into the government shutdown, and I haven't noticed a damn thing of difference. I'm operating like it was like they were never even here for me. So I don't know what the hell they do for me. Um, you know, whatever. I guess for some people they do a lot, some people are hugely dependent on them. But anyway, regardless, so I was trying to see where the stance was on the Democrats holding the line on getting ACA subsidies. I don't think I don't know. What do you think, Lori? What are your thoughts on that? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. I just get nervous if people do not get their subsidies. If they do not get their subsidies, what is going to happen for everything? If they decide not to enroll in any type of insurance at all, now are we going to have everyone in the emergency rooms getting care and affecting all of us? Versus what I do hear when they're talking about, we don't want to give health care to immigrants. But on the flip side, what are they talking? You can't get federal subsidies if you're an immigrant. So I'm not sure exactly. I don't understand both sides, but I wish they would put everyone in a room and just say you get bread and water until you can come out and agree to play nice together.
That would be interesting. I'm all for that. We'll see how that goes. But as of right now, guys, we have to operate as business as usual. We got to operate, these people are not going to get the enhanced subsidies. We're going to get standard subsidies. And with that, guys, all of y'all need to prepare to losing a good chunk of your book. I did have a calculator that was shared with me that predicts or shows 2025 and is fairly accurate. And then it predicts 2026. And there's some pretty good rate increases. And some people are going to say, okay. And some people are going to say, not okay. So, what is going to happen to us agents when we lose 30 to 40% of our book? Well, our incomes are going to drop. That leaves 60% of our book. Well, now we've got to work that book just a little bit harder, guys. Okay. So, we used to offer the ancillaries. Hey, you just throw it out there, see what they say. But now you just throw it out there and see what they say. Now this is money in your pocketbook, guys. Okay. I mean, they need it, but we also, as insurance agents, need it. So I had Lori come in here. We're a few days away, 8 days away from the actual start of Medicare AEP. Then we are, 23, 24 days away from the start of ACA OP. So you guys have to start getting prepared for dental and vision. There's money in it, guys. Okay. So, from one side, it's money for us. On the other side of it, our insureds need it because it's not typically covered on an ACA plan. And I don't like to bundle it with the same carrier. I'd rather do a standalone dental and vision plan. So with that, Lori is with us from Ameritas. Okay, they are the dental and vision carrier that I use solely. I mean, there's other ones out there. You guys do what you think is best for your agencies and your clients, but I like one carrier. It's easy. There's a lot of ease to it. Now, at least in Texas, for me, when I go and quote, I get 3 dentals and 2 visions. Kind of easy. I don't get 10 different dentals and all these, hey, good, better, best. That's it. Very, very simple. You start giving people too many choices, and the choices kind of cloud their judgment, cloud their decision making, and they're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Hey, keep it simple. Good, better, best. What do you want? Okay. Good or gooder for the vision. How about that one? Yeah. Okay, so with that, guys, Lori's going to take over. She's going to talk everything about Emeritus. You guys prep your questions, put them in the chat. We'll ask Lori, or just kind of throw your hand up and we'll get Lori to answer the question. But she is our Emeritus rep for dental and vision. Take it away, Lori. It's all you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Luis. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your busy schedules right now. It's crazy. It's all crazy for all of us. And just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone. And Luis, if you can help me also monitor the chat, that would be great. Or if you guys also want to come off mic and ask your questions, please do. I would love to, in less than an hour from now, you to know so much more about Ameritas than you do right at this very moment. That is the goal. Because as Luis mentioned, this is something that people are asking about right now, truly more than ever. People are asking about individual dental and vision. And you do not want to, it's not a matter of if, but when you are going to get asked this question. And what is your solution going to be? What is your response going to be? You don't want to stand there like a deer in the headlights saying, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure. What should I look into? Don't be reactive. You want to be proactive. And also, what's the worst thing people can say is no. But if you don't ask, you'll never know. And so I'm excited about this training, and I hope that you are as well. As Luis mentioned, my name is Lori Terry. I'm with Ameritas. I've been with Ameritas. Actually, next month, it'll be 16 years. And prior to that, I was a broker as well. I started in the group division at Ameritas, and now I'm focused 100% on individual dental and vision. I currently live in Florida, but I cover the entire country. So I will help you in any state that you write business in. And a little bit about Ameritas, we are based in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's our home office. But we do have product in all 50 states. And we're going to talk about all the state-specific plans and things like that. Ameritas has actually been selling dental since 1959. So we've been doing this for a long time. We've been selling vision since 1984. And this is what we feel we do better than anyone else. Now, Luis, you mentioned that there were some other dental carriers out there. I don't think there's any other dental carrier out there. Is there? It's just Ameritas. It's just Ameritas.
Only.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And, looking at 2025 this year, there's going to be 73 million seniors this year, over 11,000 turning 65 every single day. So our plans are going to be great for the 65 plus market. Our plans are great for the under 65 market, the ACA market, and anyone age 18 or older can be their own policy holder, can enroll in any one of our plans. And so I'm excited to share that. So with that, I am going to share my screen with you. And I want to make sure, Luis, can you confirm that you can see that? The PowerPoint, perfect. And I'm going to take myself off video so I'm not distracting, but I am also going to put this in presentation mode. So there we go. So we're going to talk about some Ameritas highlights, our dental and vision portfolio, and some tools available to you. So Ameritas has been in the news lately, and for good reason. I know we've all been watching the news a lot lately, but this has been some exciting news for Ameritas. Money Magazine said Ameritas is one of the best dental insurance plans out there. Forbes Advisor, one of the best dental insurance for seniors. CNN underscored one of the best dental insurance companies. And this is recognition that Ameritas did not make up and give ourselves. This actually comes from an outside source, each of these. So that's exciting. So what makes Ameritas different? Well, some of our differences are preventive plus. So on all of our plans, the preventive, the type 1 claims are not going to count against the annual max. Preventive plus. So that is included on all the plans, and preventive claims will not count against the annual max. So that saves the annual max for basic and major claims only. We do not have waiting periods on covered services, on preventive, on basic, on major claims. We do not have lifetime limits on implants. You'll see an increase in our maximums as of August of 2025. We have a plan that includes teeth whitening, one that includes child orthodontics, and one that includes a hearing benefit. What people like about Ameritas is our product simplicity. And as Luis mentioned, good, better, best, that's what we have. We have 3 plan designs for dental. People also love the value that these differentiators bring to our plan designs, but they also love our enrollment. The enrollment is so simple, and we're going to walk through an enrollment. We offer next day coverage, so your clients can enroll today, have coverage as early as tomorrow. We do not have an enrollment, an app, or any type of association fee on top of the premium, the monthly premium. There's no member text or email verification back and forth. It's just seamless, very easy. We also offer credit for prior coverage. And this is so important. We're going to talk about this in more detail in another slide. We're not going to ask for social security numbers. And we will need, though, your clients to have a credit card or banking information when they apply. Because we offer next day coverage, we need to be able to take premium out of their account the following day. So let's get into the plans. We have a low that's called the Care Light plan. We have a medium that's called Care Boost, and we have a high plan called the Care Complete. So let's look at the low plan, our Care Light plan. Your client enrolls today. As early as tomorrow, they get to pick their effective date. Any day of the month. They can quote up to 90 days out, but they can pick whatever date they want. So say they enroll today, they choose tomorrow as an effective date. Each person enrolled in the plan is going to have a $750 annual max per benefit year. After 12 months of being on the plan, it's going to bump up to $1,500 per person per benefit year. The deductible is going to be the same on all of our plans. $0 for preventive, $50 for basic and major. Preventive day one is going to be covered at 100% in network. So their exams, their cleanings, and their bite wing x-rays are going to be covered 100% in network without a deductible. And those claims are not going to count against the annual max. So that $750 is only for basic and major claims. So basic day one is covered at 50%. So if they wanted fluoride, sealant, space maintainers, things like that, that is going to be covered at 50% co-insurance in network. After 12 months, it bumps up to 80%. Major is covered at 10%. So their panoramic x-rays, oral surgery, crowns, bridges, dentures, things like that are covered at 10%, but after 12 months, it bumps up to 20% co-insurance. Now, this plan was created, designed for that 18-year-old, that 26-year-old coming off their parents' plan, someone who has a pretty healthy mouth. This is the perfect plan for them because it's going to be the most cost-effective plan. It's going to give them their cleanings. It's going to give them some coverage for basically basic care. And should they need that crown or bridge or denture, some coverage, but it's going to be higher in the other plan. So this is for someone with a pretty healthy mouth. Now the Care Boost plan works exactly the same way, but it has $1,000 annual max day one per person enrolled in the plan. After 12 months, it bumps up to $2,500 per person per benefit year. And then each year, the benefits start over again. The deductible's the same on for 0% preventive, $50 for basic and major, and it's a family cap of $150 per benefit year. Preventive care. On this plan, exams, cleanings, bite wings, fluoride sealants, base maintainers are all covered 100% day one. And none of those claims count against the $1,000 annual max or the $2,500 after 12 months. So that leaves the annual max for basic and major coverage. Basic day one is covered at 65%, and then it bumps up to 80% after 12 months. Majors covered day one at 20%, and then it bumps up to 50% after 12 months of being on the plan. Now, in this plan, we also include teeth whitening under major, teeth whitening, as well as implants. Now, what's new with implants this year is that we do have an internal max that day one, your client can use 500 of the $1,000 annual max towards implant. After 12 months, it bumps up to $1,000 that they can use per benefit year for implants. We want to make sure that people are still going in, having those fillings taken care of or simple extractions, things like that, not using their full annual max just on implants. So there is an internal that does come out of the annual max. This plan also includes child orthodontia. Day one, 15% coinsurance. After 12 months, 50% coinsurance with a lifetime max of $1,000. Now, this is for new orthodontia treatments only. So if they've already started the ortho treatment, this would not be for them, just as a heads up. And lastly, the Care Complete plan. The Care Complete plan works exactly the same way, but you can see the day one, the annual max is higher. It's $2,000 per person per benefit year. Then it bumps up to $3,500 per person per benefit year. Deductible is the same. Preventive is the same. It's covered day one, 100% in network. So their exams, their cleanings, their bite wings do not count against the annual max. So you have the annual max used for basic and major claims, and the coinsurance day one is 80% under basic, and then it bumps up to 90% after 12 months. Major, 20% day one, and then 50% coinsurance thereafter. Implants are also covered on this plan, but the internal max to use towards an implant is higher. It's $1,000 that they can use out of their $2,000 annual max for implants the first 12 months. Then after 12 months, it bumps up to $1,500 that they can use towards implants. This plan also includes a hearing benefit. So day one, your client, once their plan is effective, can go anywhere for a hearing exam. If they find out they need hearing aids, they have up to $200 per ear to use towards a hearing aid. After 12 months, it bumps up to $400 per ear to use towards a hearing aid. So this plan was created for that senior, the 65 plus market, because they tend to utilize the hearing benefit more and tend to have the need for an implant, so they want a little higher coverage. But if you have a client who has a child who needs a hearing aid, this would be a perfect plan for them. Anyone can enroll in any one of the plans. As you can see, the low, medium, high, each one was created with a specific target audience in mind. But if you had a young 26-year-old coming off their parents' plan and they wanted the teeth whitening, they would enroll in the Care Light plan, for example. Anyone can enroll in any one of the plans, but each one was created with a specific audience in mind. So before I move on from there, Luis, I'm going to stop to see if anyone has any questions.
Well, I've got one, Lori, and what do you know about implant cost? What's normal?
Implants are not inexpensive. They can run thousands of dollars, and the implant does not cover pulling the tooth. That would be covered under an extraction. It does not cover the crown. That would be covered as part of the crown. But implants are not cheap.
Right.
And so that's a commonly asked question, especially for seniors, especially on Medicare Advantage plans that tend to not cover them. People are looking for more robust coverage, for example, alongside a Medicare Advantage plan. And that seems to be one of the top questions is, does your plan cover implants? So we do have 2 plans that cover implants, and it's not a lifetime. It restarts each year.
Gotcha. Guys, and you have a question for Lori, just unmute on your bottom left of your screen. You got the little mic. You just hit it and ask her away.
Hey, Lori, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Hi, Lori. Wonderful presentation. Thank you. Just a quick question for you. So I was putting this in the chat just now, but I feel like a lot of the times when my customers call me about dental insurance, like I know Luis says with health insurance, it's like you're calling when your house is on fire, but a lot of the times they call me when their mouth is on fire and they have root canals and things like that. I'm actually working with a customer right now, and it's super sweet lady, just trying to find her some benefits. And I've always recommended a discount card for cases like that, like a Carrington or just a place where they can get some day one benefits and just looking into care credits and things like that that are available to them. But I have been wondering, whether it be Ameritas or United with their dental programs or Allstate, if being a part of the network, just getting that network discount, and then it seems like here also too, maybe with a complete plan, getting those major benefits from day one. Would that route be better than a discount card, like a Carrington card, to go with something like this?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you are leaning into a question that will come up in about 2 slides.
Wonderful.
Talking about the network and the network discount. So absolutely. Now I will say that with any of these plans, your client can enroll in dental only, vision only, or dental and vision. And if they enroll in any one of those plans, they are also eligible for a prescription savings card and a hearing discount card. That's on top of the hearing benefit. So they will also get that, but this hearing is actually, this is true insurance. And, but I will also show you where you can get some information on the discount cards, but especially when it comes to dental, those who are in our dental network, the provider, and I'm going to show you how to look up providers. Yes. And we have over 700,000 providers as of November 1st in our network across the country and into Mexico. They have agreed to 25 to 50% off their regular rate. So by going to someone, and I'm going to show you the example, they are going, that's a big savings, because sometimes people will say, what I pay in premium for dental is going to be the same as what I would pay to go in to have my teeth cleaned every year anyways. It's a wash. Well, if they say it's a wash, now they're not out anything if they do purchase the dental insurance. They've only gained now an invisible safety net, some coverage if they do need a crown, a bridge, a denture, an implant. Now Ameritas is going to help you pay 50% off that negotiated rate when you need it. And then they will be happy, come back to you and be very happy that you helped to pay for that. So definitely great question. I hope that helped answer, but I'm also going to show you some other information in a couple slides.
It did, Lori. Thank you so much. The only follow-up I had to that was, is it possible to split a family in the sense of maybe you have the younger person who has a more of the lighter plan, and then with the complete plan, would it just be maybe 2 applications to achieve something like that?
This is another outstanding question. Thank you so much. Yes, just because a family lives under the same roof at the same address does not mean that they all need to be on the same plan.
Wonderful.
But you do have to have a parent or a legal guardian on the plan with a child or children
Perfect.
on the plan. It's not a pediatric only plan. So you could have, for example, as an example, mom and the kids could be on the Care Boost plan. Dad could be on the Care Complete plan.
Perfect. I'll
And
be filling one of
likewise,
these.
when we talk about vision, the same thing with vision. One could be on a VSP plan, one could be on the IMED plan. You don't have to be on the same, but you do have to enroll separately, input your banking information separate. And also, we're going to talk about the agent bonus program. If they do separate into two, and we see it oftentimes with families with kids or with older adults, seniors enroll separately. Should one pass away, for example, when they do enroll in separate plans for the bonus, that counts as two plans versus if they enroll together, that's one plan. So.
Thank you so much, Lori. That's amazing. I'll be offering one of these plans later today.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I'm here if you need any help.
Thank you.
Hey, Lori, we got a question on the chat. Does the hearing aid benefit cover OTC hearing aids or only the prescription?
No, and that's a great question. And because of the hearing and with the hearing discount, if I can table that, I'm going to just confirm, because I know there was some hearing emails just occurring just a couple weeks ago. If I can, I will email you, Luis, so you can put a response. Then everyone will have it in writing about the over-the-counter, if that's okay.
Hey, Tim, will you do me a favor? And I mean, I'll probably forget, as busy as I am. Shoot me an email, and that way I'll have you on there, and then I will forward Lori's email to you. All right, Lori, we're good. Go ahead.
Perfect. So now, credit for prior coverage. And this is one point that I really, really want everyone to feel comfortable and understand. This is important. Credit for prior coverage. So if you have a client who has a current either group plan or another individual plan that they have had for 12 consecutive months with the same carrier, they now terminate that plan and they want to apply for one of the Ameritas plans. From their termination date to their Ameritas plan's effective date, it cannot be more than 60 days. It cannot be more than 60 days. And I said it could be a group plan or an individual plan. It just cannot be a DHMO, a discount, or a scheduled plan. It cannot be a DHMO, discount, or scheduled plan. And what this means for your client, for example, they apply for Care Complete and they are eligible for credit for prior coverage. Your client will come on with day one, the annual max at $2,000. They will come on with day one, the hearing benefit for the hearing aid as $200 per ear. And they will come on with day one implant coverage of $1,000. Where they benefit is they come on with year two co-insurance levels. So now preventive is going to stay at 100% in network, but basic is going to be 90%, major 50%. So they come on with the highest co-insurance levels as early as day one. Or that 26-year-old who's coming off their parents' plan, they enroll in Care Boost because they want the teeth whitening. They come on the plan with 1,000 annual max. They come on with the 500 implant coverage and the 15% child orthodontia coverage. But their co-insurance bumps to year two. So they're at 100, 80, 50% in network. So now their teeth whitening, it's covered at 50%. day one, if they come on with credit for prior coverage day one. And it works the same with the light, $750 annual max and coinsurance of $180, 20%. So who loves this? That 26-year-old coming off their parents' plan, retirees. And right now, for those with Medicare Advantage plans, if they are terminating a Medicare Advantage plan, because Medicare Advantage plans will count as credit for prior coverage, as long as they're not DHMO discount schedule, but they come on the plan with year two coinsurance. And that's a huge positive because people, and I think, Tim, it was you that alluded to, when do people call you for individual dental? When the house is on fire, when they need something, not now, but now. And so when they need a root canal or they need a bridge or a crown, they don't want 0% coinsurance on major for the next 12 months. And so they will love coming on knowing they're at 50% coinsurance for things like that. I also was just talking to someone actually in Texas about a Medicare Advantage plan that their client is going to stay on, but the plan is eliminating the dental, vision, hearing benefit. Now, when that happens, that plan is terminated, their benefit is terminated. So in that instance, they don't have to terminate their Medicare Advantage plan because the dental, vision, hearing is going to be terminated for them automatically. So then they just put down the term date. For example, it could be 12/31. Their Ameritas effective date could be 1/1, and they have no interruption, and they can come on the Ameritas plan. So the only two states that do not offer this is New Mexico and Washington. Credit for prior coverage is not offered in those two states. New York used to not, but as of August of this year, New York is now offering credit for prior coverage. Not sure all the states everyone writes business in, but just a heads up. With that, I'm going to stop. Luis, any questions on credit for prior coverage or anyone else?
No, the one thing that I would urge people is when you're doing the application, you're going to get a request, or if you do check the box if they have prior coverage, is you're going to have to enter their policy information. And what else? Is it name a carrier and policy information? Yep. Policy
yeah,
number?
It's the second to the last bullet from the bottom, and I apologize for not mentioning that. We're going to ask, what was the name of your carrier? What was your policy number? And what date did you terminate? Because they're going to use that termination date and their effective date of their new plan, and that's how they're going to calculate the 60 days. So, awesome. So now network. Now I know this needs to be updated because as of November 1st, we're going to have over 700,000 access points across the country. So you could, if someone's on vacation, they're in Florida, they chip a tooth, they need to see a dentist, you can go to any provider for a cleaning, to have work done in an emergency, things like that. Access points all over the country. And I'm going to show you, we're going to look up providers using the classic network. Again, network providers have agreed to 25 to 50% off their regular rate, and members can visit any provider in any state. I have agents that have actually printed this slide, laminated, and they keep it in front of them when they meet with their client. Everything is zip code rated. And so this is using the 692 zip code. So when I say zip code rated, if you have a 26-year-old that's applying for the Care Boost plan, and you have a 126-year-old applying for the Care Boost plan, as long as they're in the same zip code, their rates are going to be exactly the same. It's not age, gender, anything, age banded, things like that. So now they go into the 692 zip code for a crown. The cost without insurance for a crown is just under $1,200 in this zip code. They go to someone in the network, and their negotiated rate comes up to $647 for a crown. Next day coverage, 20% coinsurance. It brings the cost of that crown down to $518. It's a big savings right there. After 12 months, when coinsurance jumps up to 50%, now the cost of that crown is $324. Or if you think of someone coming on the plan with credit for prior coverage, 50% coinsurance, day one, credit for prior coverage can apply, and that crown day one would be $324. So that shows you the value of having insurance, going to someone in the network, using your plan, but maintaining your coverage so that you do have higher coinsurance levels when you do need care for some of those higher ticket items. And so that is the invisible safety net I was referring to, that they will love you if they only have to pay $324 instead of $1,200 for the crown. That's more than covered their premium. So big benefit there. Tim, any thoughts? I know you had network questions. How does this look? Good. Sorry, you're probably on mute. Luis, any questions?
Lori, if I could ask, I saw that when I was searching for providers, there was a top line of providers that were colored magenta. They had a little piggy bank by them. Are those the ones that have the closer to that 50% rate?
Correct. And I'm going to show that when we do our provider search. Absolutely. Great job. Yes. Okay, so now transitioning to vision. We have two vision plans. One is called our Choice plan, and this utilizes the VSP Choice network. And I say it's a high plan because it's a 12-12-12 contract. So your client can go in for an eye exam every 12 months, get lenses, contacts, or frames every 12 months with a 150 frame or contact allowance. And the low plan is called the Select plan. This utilizes the iMed Access Network. And when I say low, I'm referring to 12-24-24. Members still get an eye exam every 12 months, but lenses or contacts or frames every 24 months with a frame and contact allowance of 130. So this is as easy as you're sitting across the table from your client, you notice they have glasses on, and I could say, Luis, I see you're wearing glasses. How often do you get new glasses? Every year, every couple years? If they say, oh, every 3-4 years, well then iMed's going to be more cost effective and you may want to talk about this plan. If they say, oh, every year I get glasses, contacts, well then talk about the VSP plan. Very simple, easy. And again, the discount, some people will get contacts, some people get glasses, some people like prescription sunglasses. The more that they buy it with glasses, things like that, you're going to get additional discounts. So they're going to have some great savings by having a vision plan. Any questions? Okay, now we're going to show you just an enrollment, some marketing material, some value-added savings, and talk about the bonus program as well. So this is just some screenshots. I'm going to send Luis this PowerPoint afterwards. I apologize. I should have said this earlier. So you can just relax, sit back, don't have to take a ton of notes, but I'm going to send this to Luis and you'll be able to reference this in the PowerPoint. Also, I do get asked, what about if a member has two plans? How does Ameritas coordinate benefits? We do not coordinate benefits on individual. When Ameritas receives a claim, we are going to pay as primary. We coordinate benefits on our group policies, but not on our individual policies. But this is a screenshot of what an enrollment looks like. We're going to show you the agent marketing site. This is the most important toolbox for you when it comes to individual dental vision. Also, if you have questions, we're going to talk about Sales Connect, what they can do. And once you get appointed, if you're not appointed with Ameritas right now, reach out to Luis so we can get you appointed so you have your unique URL link. That URL link is how we see what business you're writing, with what clients, what states, what you've written, and how we can pay you commission. Also, when you get a welcome email with the link from Ameritas, they will also mention the producer portal. And the producer portal is something that you'll want to get set up in right away so you can track your book of business. You can see commission statements. You could order ID cards. You can look up providers quickly. This is basically a resource for you as agents. Now, when I mention ID cards, members do not need an ID card to go to the dentist or to go to VSP or to go to IMED. But we also know sometimes members feel like if I just have an ID card, it must mean I have coverage. So you can order through the producer portal as well. So when you do get your link, this is what you can put in your signature line. You can put in a newsletter. You can put it on a website. You can put it in social media. You can email it to your client and they can apply right on your link. 365 days out of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They can apply on their own. Or you could be sitting right next to your client and you ask them the questions and you can enroll for them. Or you can share a screen like I'm going to do in a few minutes and ask the questions and input the information so they can see what you're doing when you're sharing the screen. If you're in Texas, but you want to help someone in California enroll in a plan, for example. Now, I will say one of the most talked about items as I've been traveling a lot all around the country this year is that agents are taking that URL link and they're turning it into a QR code. And then they're either printing it on their own printer or taking it to a printer's to have it printed on stickers. And then they're putting stickers all over the printed materials for their clients. So now, just like when you go in a restaurant, now your client just has to take their phone, they take a picture of your QR code, and they can apply right on that code as well. So that is the welcome email.
Hey, Lori.
The
idea I was going to tell agents is that when you enroll somebody and you get, as soon as you finish the enrollment, at the very end, you'll get a temporary ID card that's ready and accessible that you can send your client immediately.
Yes, absolutely. And people love that temporary ID card immediately. Yes. So also there's an app for members. So after they've enrolled in the plan, they can go out, download the app, and then get themselves set up. They can look up providers, view their benefits. They can see how much is left in their annual max. They can see, they have access to their EOBs, ID cards, things like that. So toolbox for members. So before I talk about the bonus program and we do show an enrollment, any questions, Luis? Or anyone that wants to come off?
Nothing on the chat, guys. Any final questions before she moves on?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Can we upgrade? We've been paying, like, let's say my clients for 2 years in Colorado or here in Texas. And can we upgrade to the best plan?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They can, at their renewal, they can switch plans. They can either upgrade or downgrade, if that's the right term to use. They can go from the Care Complete to the Care Light, or the Care Light to the Care Complete. And when they do, it works just like credit for prior coverage. So if they are on the Care Light plan, at the renewal, they come on Care Complete. They come on with the 2,000 annual max, the 1,000 for implants, the 200 for hearing. Likewise, if they go from the Care Complete to Light, They come on with the 750 annual max and then co-insurance levels of 100, 80, 20. So the co-insurance moves up, but it works exactly like credit for prior coverage when they switch plans. Sometimes people think I've been on an Ameritas plan, I'm switching from one plan to another. I come on with year 2 annual max? No, they come on just like they would with credit for prior coverage, year 1 annual max. But yes, the only other time they can make plan changes during the year is if they have a qualifying event. Your client gets married, they have a death, they adopt, they have a birth of a child. They can make plan changes then during the year, 30 days after their qualifying event, but otherwise at renewal. Now, I will caution, if your client is in the middle of any type of care, I would not encourage them to switch plans because we do have a missing tooth clause. So if they were on the Care Light plan and they had a tooth pulled and now they want to move to the Care Complete plan, that missing tooth is on the plan and it will not be covered. Sometimes they will have the tooth on a lower plan, want to move to the higher when they need work done, but the missing tooth clause will apply. So you want to be careful with switching plans if they are in the middle of any kind of work. Luis, any comments?
Yes, we got some comments here. Let me pull them up. All right, here we go.
Thank you. I have another question.
Go ahead.
Do you cover invisible aligners?
Yes, yeah. Now remember the ortho is child ortho.
Yes, no, for adults.
No, there's not an adult ortho plan.
Okay. And when you're looking, you were going to show, when you're looking for a network, which group do we choose? Because there's different ones. Which one is the one?
Classic.
The classic. Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
And what about the chip tooth? If we're out of town and we go anywhere, is it covered or is this not?
Yes. Now that when someone asks, it's going to depend on, yes. The simple answer is yes, you will have coverage for, things like with the tooth going in to have it replaced. But remember, it's also going to be on how the dentist codes everything with that, because sometimes that can get a little bit involved. But yes, you can see a dentist to have coverage for things at out-of-network dental providers. I mean, not out of your area, any access point.
Okay. And last thing, last year I was in your presentation and we mentioned something. We're on the border and a lot of people use Mexico, dentists from Mexico, and they are registered here like for billing, in El Paso, Texas. I invited like 2 dentists and they were never approved. They don't give you any information. They don't. So how do I go about it?
That would be, I'm going to show you where you can, I'm going to show that to you in the nominate a dental information.
Yes, that I did it, and they were not accepted, or the application did not go through. Never.
Now, sometimes dentists, we are always working on building the provider network. Sometimes dentists will say we only look at our network providers one time a year in February. So they may say, we just missed, or, that deadline, or they may meet with Ameritas and say, you know what, nope, we don't want to agree to your fee schedule, so we're not going to be in your network. Just because someone's nominated doesn't mean they're automatically in the network.
Oh, okay.
But
and we don't have like
that dentist, and you can always reach out to the dentist office too to ask.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lori, if you have a deep cleaning periodontal maintenance, how is that covered?
Under major.
All right, perfect. Easy enough. Okay, and then Irene, I think we got your questions answered there on upgrading. Okay, Liz, thank you. Okay, deep clean. Okay, gotcha. So Liz is asking which is the best base versus base plan. So just plug it into your PURL and you'll have different plans there that you can quote. Liz,
Yep.
let's see here. Gus, I might have missed, but how does the client look up hearing providers?
I'm going to show you some information on the hearing
Okay,
in
perfect.
just a minute when we're on the network.
Perfect. So
Okay.
Liz, okay, perfect. And then Liz, I'd get back to your quote and just plug in the 77385. And if you're in Texas, I think, so you're gonna have the first plan, the second, and the third. Just pick which one works for your client.
Yep.
So
Okay, so
there's not a right or wrong. It's just, hey, what can you? I mean, they can't afford the third one because it's too pricey. Then they got no choice to go with the second one or the first one. It's just really their budget and what they're wanting.
yep, absolutely.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Let's get into some bonus money. I like bonus money.
Some bonus money, because then I want to get to the agent marketing site, because that's what you really want. The agent bonus program. So between now and 1/1 effective dates, if you write 15 individual policies between now and January 1st effective date, not January 2nd, the first effective date, then we will go back and because we need to calculate to make sure your client paid premium for 2 months, 2 months of premium. And so from now until then we will go back and we will pay $15 for each case on top of commission. And there's no limit. You just have to have 15, but if you wrote 25 cases, 50, 100 cases, there's no limit, but just wanted to make you aware. So pretty exciting. We're excited about that. Some extra dollars there. So now I'm going to stop for a quick second. And now I'm going to reshare. Isn't this fun? Oh my gosh, I love dental and vision. Just love it. So can you see the man and woman that are running, jogging? Okay, so up here where it says Sales Connect team, it should never say Sales Connect. It should always have your name on it. And when you click on it, make sure your email and your telephone number are correct. Under Find a Provider, this is where you're going to look for providers. And so, doesn't normally take that long. So, okay, click on Find a Provider. That's the piece that I use. Okay, I apologize. This is not, no, there it is. So now I'm going to put in my area. Notice here, this is where you look for providers in Mexico. You would click there, but I'm going to put in Ormond Beach, Florida. Beach, Florida. I'm going to click always on the classic PPO. The other networks are for group plans. I'm going to just select a 10-mile radius. I'm going to do a search and providers will pop up. There are 344 providers within 10 miles of Ormond Beach. If I print this, it's going to stop printing at 200. And just like the earlier question, yes, anyone in magenta has agreed to probably the 50% discount. So your client's annual max will stretch the furthest. Now, those in gray are still in the network, for example, Brian, but maybe he agrees to a 25% discount. We don't know. We don't have access to that, but these are all in our network. When your client makes an appointment, I would encourage them to say, I'm calling to make an appointment with Dr. Hazen. Is Dr. Hazen in the Ameritas PPO network? Versus saying, does Dr. Hazen take Ameritas? Because we will accept out-of-network providers. If they say they'll take it and file it on behalf of their client, we will process and pay the provider, so they just bill their patient, but they won't get the discounts and their annual max will not stretch as far. So they want to confirm that they're in the Ameritas PPO network. So now, and I'm going to go through, I apologize, Luis, we're getting short on time here. So I'm going to plug in a zip code and say get started. This is where we ask, do you need dental? Yes. Vision? Yes. How many need coverage? And that's where you could, divide the family, or they can enroll together. And here are your plans. Now, Luis, I'm not sure if we've talked about this in the past, but this is where you can now email that proposal to your client, and then they can enroll on their own. Or I can select a plan, and it takes you right to vision. I select a plan, and when I select it, it's outlined in blue. So now you can email it to your client, and you'll see that it is, and you can reference the plans we talked about on the phone are outlined in blue. Now they can review and purchase. If they review and purchase, it only populates the 2 plans they selected, and now you can share it with your client. So when they open up your email or proposal, only those 2 plans will populate. They say, yes, I want to review and purchase. It comes to $60.74 a month. I want to enroll now. If they get to pick their effective date or quote up 90 days, just remember credit for prior coverage cannot be more than 60 days. They push continue, they complete this information, and they cannot pass it unless they push the continue. This is where we ask for credit for prior coverage. They review, plug in their payment information, they agree, and within 3 to 5 minutes, then they're going to get a confirmation email with their temporary ID cards, and that's what they should hold on to or save. So now I'm going to go to the agent marketing site, and any questions on the enrollment before we get through? And Luis, do we have a couple minutes to go over for this? I apologize.
Yes, no, we do. No, go take your time.
Okay. And I apologize for everyone on the call, but I'm hoping that this is being helpful for you. So that was what I just showed you, was your link that you will get and how they enroll, and you can do whatever with that. Now, this agent marketing site, I'm going to send some bullet points. I'm going to send the link in an email to Luis, but this first page is like the front page of a newspaper, kind of the newest, latest information. This link right here, Find a Health Provider, is a way to help your clients look up both dental and vision there. Agent resources. This is a tab for you as agents. Some short videos. We're in the process of updating some of these with our new plans when they launch in August. But you can learn about Ameritas in Spanish, in English, some sales tips, some shorter videos, how to create a QR code, or you can always Google it. Now, this is the most important piece. Share with clients. Anything on here is meant to be copied, pasted, posted, shared, and it's meant to be forward-facing for your clients. I know I mentioned we have product in all 50 states, but in Massachusetts, we do not have dental, only vision. And for vision, we have dental in Maryland, but not vision. But now these are your marketing pieces, and not all states are created equal. So we train on the base plan, but here's state-specific plans. So you want to become familiar with the states you're writing business in. So for example, here's Texas. It's in Spanish and in English. So I'm going to click on that, and These are side-by-side comparison. Read in the lower left-hand corner any other state-specific variances off of that. But this is your information that you can now put in your own name, telephone number, email, and now print it so that you can hand this out to clients. And this is where people are putting stickers with their QR codes or up above in the upper right-hand corner on page 1. So these are the plans in Virginia, in Washington, which is a unique state, and some of the other state specific. But know when you plug in a zip code on that URL link, you can never make a mistake. The correct plans available in that state will populate. Here's the vision plan. So for example, a side-by-side comparison of VSP and IMED. It's in English and in Spanish. They're in the process of putting places for QR codes, but if not, you can always put a sticker on them, put a QR code print, and hand out to your clients. Additional resources if you want information on credit for prior coverage, or a postcard to send to clients, or some information on Preventive Plus or on vision. Under plan usage and renewal, right here, I mentioned that I'd show you the prescription savings card in hearing. Here's some information on the hearing discount as well. Whoop. That is some information on the hearing discount available for you to share with your clients. Otherwise, there's not a network. So under these tabs, you will find pre-crafted social media. If you're into social media, you can copy, paste, post, put your URL link in here, and then copy, paste, put it on social media. You don't have to recreate the ads. Under Contact Us, Sales Connect, if you had in-depth questions, or you want to know, for example, how is the hearing benefit? How does that work? Or how is a perio cleaning covered? This team is here to help you with pre-sale questions. But also once your clients enroll, if they get married, if they get divorced, if they need to update their address, billing information, see us at Ameritas.com as customer service. Here's where you can nominate a dental provider for the network. Just because we nominate though doesn't always mean that they get accepted, but you can nominate providers. Claims questions, if your client has claims questions for VSP, for IMED, for dental, where you go for claims. And then the producer portal. This is a fast way to get in to track your book of business. Now, for example, if your client gets married and they want to add their new spouse on their plan, they come on the plan wherever that policy holder is. They don't automatically start at day 1, year 1. If that person, if that has been on the plan for 2 years, their new spouse is going to come on at year 2 benefits. That's a question that has also come up a few times.
Hey, Lori.
So I apologize for the rush at the end, but any other information, questions, Luis?
No, the QR code, is that something in the producer portal, or is that something we need to create ourselves?
That's something you need to create yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people have been telling me that they've just been Googling it and then they create it and then they've been printing or putting it on the stickers.
And those of you that have Agent CRM, super easy to create. It's under automations or sites?
Marketing, I believe.
I go to marketing on Agent CRM and you've got a QR code section and you can just plug in your PURL. It'll make a QR code and then
Marketing or sites.
yeah, it's on there and it's free, guys. So you don't have to pay for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you don't have
And
Agent CRM, and good luck.
And by offering dental and vision, maybe you offered it to your client last year and they said no. Don't assume that no means no all the time. Maybe this year they're going to need it, or maybe in 6 months or a year. It's like going up to the counter at a fast food restaurant and they ask if you want to turn that sandwich into a meal. Maybe sometimes you say no, sometimes yes, but they ask every single time. And because of that, their cross-selling, their sales have increased dramatically. And people, there's a lot of unknowns, as we know, with the medical right now. But if you have clients, and you know, we all know personally, if we've had a toothache, if we have blurry vision, you can't not go to a dentist or an eye doctor. A bad tooth can knock you on your knees, and you can't function or work or be productive in the workplace or at home if you have blurry vision and a bad toothache. So do ask, because people may be putting off their medical care, but they can't put off dental care very long and still function. And think of all the employers right now that have a lot of part-time employees who are not eligible for group benefits. What do? I know some agents, when you're talking about book of business or into next year, that go into break rooms, they bring treats, they sit down, they meet with part-time employees, they put up one of these marketing slicks with their QR codes on a bulletin board in a break room so people can apply on their own as well. Market yourself, just ask, keep asking, because the opportunity is there. So with that, Luis, let me know if you have any other questions or finishing comments. Anyone else?
People are asking for, I'm trying to keep up with it, but I know those of you that you're going to send me some info, right, Lori?
Correct.
If you want what she's going to send me, guys, email me. Okay, email me and just tell me, hey, don't forget to send me Lori's info. Okay, I've got so much on my plate, I can't remember that. And then Lori, what info as far as them contacting you do you want to share? Do you want to go with your email?
My email will be in there. Your first line of people to go to should be Luis, or you have those that are in the agent marketing site. I'm going to include the link to the agent marketing site in the email, but I know this is a lot of information. If you're new to dental vision, want some hand holding, please reach out. And I will have my email in there as well. I want you to feel comfortable, confident, and know that you're not alone in this. So I apologize for the fast, but I hope that you know more now, remember, than you did an hour ago.
And guys, don't be afraid. It's not that hard. I mean, you got 3 plans, just pick one. Okay. You know, the one thing that I tell agents is they're going to ask, well, what about this? And what about that? Well, you know what? Hey, just read off what's on there. And usually what I will tell them is, look, when they go to their dentist and they're going to present their insurance, the dentist is going to do the check to make sure it's active and see what they're going to get reimbursed and what the cost is going to be for the person who's needing the care. Okay, all that is going to be done up front. Okay, and if it's not, well, then that person needs to do it up front. Otherwise, they're going to get a little surprise. Okay, so, you know, I get a lot of what ifs, and I don't know. I'm not in claims. I mean, it could be, you know, I tell people, look, it's going to fall under a couple of things. If it's preventative, in the preventative section. And if it's small stuff, in the basic, and if it's big stuff, in the major. It's it. Now, this certain procedure, it's either going to fall under one of those two. Okay, best thing to do is let's take this to your dentist, and your dentist, depending on how they code it, it's going to fall under one of those 2 categories. Okay, and then they'll tell them, okay, you're going to get 50% cost reimbursement. You're going to owe this, and they can make a decision at that point. But you should not be afraid to sell it just because you don't know how a certain procedure is going to be covered. And here's the deal, guys. Clients will, you know, they're what about this? Oh, and what about that? And what? No. Hey, I'm an insurance agent. I'm not in claims. Here we go. I got the plan for you. Good, better, best. What do you want to do? And then roll with it. I can provide the provider to the dentist to you guys, and I can do, you know, and that's it. That's my limitations. Send it to them, and they're good. Roll with it. So don't be afraid to sell this thing. It is, And worst thing, if they don't like it, well, they can cancel it the next month. Move on. It's an ancillary. But I like your thought there of, you know what, if you can get a 17-year-old kid to say, hey, by the way, do you want to upsize this? Then why can't we upsize our ACA sales? Okay. Hey, by the way, and I was telling my assistant here, and I'm like, look, every ACA sale that we do, hey, most of our clients take a dental and vision because it's not covered in your ACA plan. Here's what I've got for you. Throw it out there. And the worst thing they could say, Lori, is a no means not now. That's it. Okay, perfect. I'll hit you up in a couple of months. Sure, hit me up. Perfect. Put it into the workflow, and the workflow's going to hit them up. That's the worst thing that can happen. Best thing is they say, you know what? Yeah, I got to have it. Let's do it. Boom. Little extra change in your pocket. Lori, thank you.
Absolutely. And you can sell this all year long. It's just right now with the bonus, it ends with 1/1 effective dates, but you can sell this all year long. And I sure again appreciate all of the awesome questions, your time, and let's do this.
Yes. And if you don't have your PURLs, call broker support. Okay. I can't get it for you guys. Okay. Call broker support. Hey, make sure you're appointed, and you should have received an email. And I know I got my email. I know you guys get your emails, but you were all busy. Check your emails from Ameritas, and you probably have it in maybe your spam folder. Go check. And if not, call broker support. They'll get it for you. And how long is contracting taking right now, Lori?
It's taking about 8 to 9, 10 days or so. So if you are thinking about it, you don't want to delay. If you did get a link 6 months ago and you've never clicked on it, it will go dormant. So you'll want to have it resent. And you can email that Sales Connect number to say, here's my name, here's my NPN number. They can look you up and resend your link. But again, I'll have my contact information if you have any questions, and I will be around this week. Then I travel again, so I apologize.
No, you're good to go.
You covered a lot.
I tell agents, you got to help yourselves. Call broker support first. See if they can help you out. Then, okay, something's not going right, then get a hold of us. Irene, looks like you wanted to unmute. Go ahead.
Yes. Luis, can she just enter her email here on the chat? And second, does she has anything that has in Spanish? Like the website, can we translate it in Spanish, or the benefits?
Yep. Did you see again here? I'm going to share my screen again here under share with clients here. So when you go to the dental plan, for example, if you're in Texas, here's the plan in Spanish.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
And
I'll go ahead and print out some of those. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can put your QR code there and print and customize. So it's in English and in Spanish, the dental and the vision.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The website, no, but the marketing materials, some of them are in both English and in Spanish.
And do you have, like, if they call you, do you have Spanish speakers?
Yes. If you look at, here we go. I'm going to.
It's just El Paso, 75% of the people, or 80, speak Spanish.
So underneath here, under share with us, or under contact us, the Sales Connect team, here is their contact in the Spanish, the number in the Spanish option.
Okay.
So you can reach out to them with any Spanish questions. Yep.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome.
All right, Lori. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate you on there.
Thank you.
Guys, we're ready to rock and roll, just around the corner from game time already happening. It is not that many days away. If you don't have a contract, hit us up. We'll get you squared away. And if you do have it, make sure your link works. If not, call broker support. First line, call broker support, and we'll go from there. All right. Thank you, Lori.
Thanks, you guys.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.